I'll try this.
So there was like 1 week though. What was it like that 1 week? I mean, is it just sitting around like hoping that someone's gonna?
Yeah, I was in for the first couple of days of that week. I was in Spokane, booking my flight out because when I booked my flight to go there, I didn't book 2 flights. I planned to make the team there, and I didn't book 2 flights. I just booked the 1. And so I had to book my flight out and try to find the cheapest flight. It was still like $380, something like that, to get out. But I was just in the hotel, and guys, they were still having practices, and guys were coming back from practices, and I would still see the guys there and stuff. But I was just like disappointed, like what's gonna happen next. I didn't think I was gonna get cut, you know. But it was just like a shocker. Like you just sit there like, what am I gonna do now? And luckily I had a teammate that played here last year, Brian Lanehart. And he touched bases with Scott Bailey, and Scott gave me a call a little later that week after I got home, and he gave me a call, and I had actually been home for about 2 days, and people were surprised to see me home, so that was it's just like it's an awkward situation when you're home, you're like, yeah, I got cut, like, you got cut? I'm like, yeah, man, and so I had to kind of have to explain it to your family, like, it doesn't always happen how you think it's gonna happen. At any level, and but then I got a call from here about 2 days after I was home, and I went from I got cut to I got another trial with Chicago, and I did my trial with Chicago, and I did a couple 2 days, and they really liked me, but the league couldn't open transactions, so I didn't get signed onto the team until about week 8 when I went to Cleveland. We went to Cleveland, I had a good game there, and from there I just been playing ever since.
How crazy is it that you're going to be a starting DB in a playoff game against Spokane? I mean,
well, playing in a playoff game is crazy to me already because I haven't played in a playoff game since literally my high school team wasn't very good. In college at Kent State, we never went to a bowl game. I went to Hargrave Military Academy before I went to Kent State, and there's no championships there. And so I haven't played in a postseason game since 8th grade.
Jesus.
And so it's exciting already, but to get that first game and go out to Spokane, and I got family there too, so I know I'm gonna have some people supporting me there. Hopefully my dad will fly from Florida out there, that would be awesome. But I got some family out there that are gonna come see me, but it's just exciting, just the playoff atmosphere. I just felt to be back off of a little foot injury and to be right in time for playoffs and feeling good. And you can feel the sense of urgency within the team. Practice was real high paced, real physical, and I fully enjoyed it. I'm just ready to go. I'm hyped. I'm already itching to play. I can't wait to get on the field. I can't wait to compete.
How many picks do you have in practice today? Like 5 or 6? Or?
I can't remember. It's just seeing the ball was just coming my way, and I just had to make the plays I had to. And that's what's got to happen in the game too. If I got a chance to make a play, I have to make it. So that's how we're gonna win the game. So it's just, the same goes with the rest of my guys on my team. It's all brotherhood here. So we feel like it's us against the world. So we have to make a play. We got to make it for ourselves, make it for our teammates, make it for our coaching staff. Because that's what's gonna make this game. Who makes more plays and who makes less mistakes.
Hey Josh, final question from me anyway. What family is coming in? You said your dad might make it, but what family lives out there?
My cousin Susan lives out in Spokane. Her and her husband, they live out there. They're in training camp in Spokane. When I first got out there, I stayed with them a few days, and then I went to training camp out there. So even like during camp, I could get off the facilities, and I would go hang out with them, and they would like treat me to dinner, and they cook. They're really good cooks, so they cooked all the time, and I was so thankful. And I'd never met them before, so
really?
they kind of just like took me in.
So you went to play at the shop?
So I went there. I'd never met her. I met her when I was real little, but I didn't remember. And then, but when I got out there, my dad got in touch with Susan, and she got in touch with me. Next thing I know, it was like family. Like it felt like I had known them for a real long time, and they took care of me and they looked out for me. And they took me to the store if I needed to go to the store, and they let me stay there if I wanted to get out of the hotel. And they cooked me meals, and one night I got sick, and they brought me soup and Pepto-Bismol, and they really looked out for me, and that's what family's about. And I really appreciate them, so they'll definitely have a ticket for me waiting.
Do you have that in Chicago, or?
I do. I have my aunt lives here. It's crazy. I feel like I have family everywhere, but my aunt lives out here. 2 first cousins. I got little cousins. They all got kids. I have two sister cousins, or 2 girl cousins, and one has 3 kids. Actually, they both have 3 kids.
Jesus. Okay, so you got a lot of people hanging around.
Yeah, my grandma lives here, and so being out here was also a blessing too, because I hadn't seen them for a couple years. So being out here, getting to see them, it's been a really good time for me. I feel like it's all come into play. And the crazy thing about now we talking about family is my sister lives in Norway, so I hadn't seen it in 8 years. And if I was in Spokane, then she came to the States. Yeah, she came to the States. She lives in Norway. And if I was in Spokane, I would not have been able to see her because we had 2 away games on the weeks that she came. So I would not have been able to see her. But we had a bye week the week that she came back, so I got to go home and I got to hang out with her and her kids. And not seeing her in 8 years, it was just like a special moment getting to see her. She ran track in Missouri. She was all Big 12. She had a scholarship for football. I mean, not football, track and academics. And she kind of set the example for the kids in our family, because a lot of the kids in my family we're doing well for ourselves. So it was just, I feel like it's a blessing just to be here in general, because I got to see her, because I got family here, I got to see family in Spokane. So I kind of feel like the way my life is going right now, it's falling into place, and the way these guys are taking me in and treating me like a brother here, even though they didn't know me like that when I first got here. They just saw me coming out here trying to bust people's heads in 2 days when I first got my 2-day tryout. And they noticed that, and they saw that I was hungry to play football, and I love the sport. So I'm just thankful just to be here and to have this opportunity to play with the Chicago Rush.
Yeah, maybe as good as the situation as it was in Spokane, maybe a better situation here as it worked out.
If we get this win, it's definitely a better situation.
Exactly, man.
When we get this win.
Yeah, don't say if. Come on. You gotta have confidence, right?
Oh, no, there's no doubt now. I'm going to play the best game I ever played.
If they call 3 picks, one fumble, one forced fumble.
If they throw the ball my way, they're going to have trouble.
I like that call.
And that Eric Meyer kid's good. They gotta watch out.
He's good. Really I'm not gonna lie. He's good.
Yeah, you got to see him up close, right?
I got to see him in practice. You can't really see him in the pocket. The ball just comes out. So he's. I mean, in practice I was just like, is he? I mean, and their backup quarterback's good too.
Really?
And I actually played against Kamar Jordan, who I'm going to be matched up with most of the game. I played against him in college too. We went head-to-head.
Oh, really? What school was Jordan at?
He went to Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. Okay. Oh yeah, so conference probably.
Yeah, and we got cool when we were up there. So he's a cool dude too. So I'm kind of excited to play. It's kind of it's gonna be fun. I know a lot of guys, all the DBs. Dot Masters helped me a lot while I was up there. Paul Stevens, Stoudemire. They're all good guys.
Like one of Reggie's old teammates in Stoudemire. Well,
yeah, they're all good guys up there, man. And it's just gonna be fun to compete against them. And I made the best man win. And I hope that we come out on top.
That was the first time since 8th grade, man. That's all. Made the best man win.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, one quick question. You played, you spent time in Spokane, you spent time now here. Aside, I mean, football is football, but what would be the major differences in either the city or the fans or the organization?
I mean, Spokane, there's no other big professional team out there. It's just Gonzaga for basketball. So Spokane is everybody is loving. They love you in Spokane. Chicago, it's more teams, and I mean, with the way the ownership and some things with the league went this year, we didn't have a lot of crowd drawing. So you definitely noticed that difference. I mean, they took us out to Rockford, and 3,500 people out there for the game. So I mean, that's definitely a huge difference. But living-wise, I'd rather live in Chicago or Spokane. That's obvious for just about anybody. Chicago is a beautiful city. There's always something to do in the summertime. There's a lot going on. There's great people out here, great food, and I mean, Spokane's beautiful though. It has the mountain, you live in the valley, and when you walk outside, you can just smell the fresh air. I mean, it's mountain range all the way around when you look outside, and but it's a nice town. But I'd rather live in Chicago, but I definitely like what Spokane has to offer. I just think I'd rather live near or in a city rather than being out in the grass and in the open. I'm a nature guy, not that much.
Cool. Well, thank you for your time. Good luck.